Welcome back to another video. I'm Aaron Osborne from the Oblivious Maximus These Videos / podcast. I'm here again. Once again talking about riffs that I like. I think this is going to be an ongoing thing at this point. But after doing the video last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever I did it, talking about Australian bands' riffs, it got me really thinking about lots of other riffs and lots of other songs and bands that really informed me and my musical path, and also I think a lot about what I ended up talking about on the podcast and the people that I've interviewed and things like that. So I wanted to talk about some more riffs that were really influential to me and also the upbringing that I had coming up in the Australian hardcore scene. So for this one, I've gone more down the hardcore path, and I'm just going to jump right in. Part of what inspired me to do this is the Life Lair Regret Records crew have been putting up old Australian or unreleased Australian records digitally on Spotify and other streaming things, I assume. Records that came out a long time ago that didn't have a digital release, or demos or things that I guess have been on people's computers or in people's old iPods for ages, and they're getting up on streaming stuff now, which is awesome. So part of what's inspired me to do this is also seeing those, those records coming up and that group of people putting up these awesome records so that I can listen to it now instead of having to go down into the garage and find the old CDs of it. So the first song is Jungle Fever song. Lots of people know the song. I mean, I'm basically just going to play the coolest parts of these songs, or the parts of these songs that make me think about this band a lot. These bands a lot, rather. So the first song is Jamaican Me Crazy by Jungle Fever. So everyone knows this riff. I'm not like teaching anyone anything here. But fuck me, if you played shows in little bars or house shows or fucking youth center shows in the 2000s when this happened, this band was amazing. Great people. But fuck, seeing these guys play these songs live was so fun at the time. And I'm sure it would be fun seeing them do it now as well. Classic start to a hardcore hit part.
1, 2, 3, 4, get low on the floor. Sit down.
So good. Hey, Mabel. Great. My dog's behind me. Mabel's first appearance in these videos. Oh, she's gone. Never mind. All right. Great band. Great song. I Exist one time went to play a show in Adelaide, and half of the people who play in the band couldn't make it. The flight got cancelled last minute. And Sex Wizard, a band that members of Jungle Fever later played in, which I also played in, were playing the show, and when we couldn't have I Exist, who were headlining the show, play, we had to scramble and find someone else to do it, and very last minute, Sex Wizard just relearnt Jungle Fever songs, and played the show, and it's on YouTube. I'll put a link in the description for this. But it was one of the funniest things that's ever sort of come together, a reunion show completely made out of our two idiots not making their flight. There's a video of it. It's fucking awesome. It was so funny and so fun, and I'm so glad that they did it. And they were one of those bands that influenced a lot of us growing up and a lot of us doing this stuff, and then to become really good friends with them and see them do stuff like that was fucking awesome. So I'll put the link in the video, but fuck, it was great. All right. The next riff is by a band called Dropsaw from Newcastle. Again, a band that similar group of people, similar age, coming up at the same time. But this band recorded a record called Missing Limbs, and when it came out, it was like such an awesome thing to hear and such a refreshing thing, I think, for me at the time, particularly leaning far more metal and coming from metal. That was something that I got more invested in. And again, another group of people who we became such close friends with, I think because of the similarities of growing up in Newcastle and growing up in Canberra and things like that. But very similar-minded people, great fucking band. And the riff I'm going to play you is from Wasted Youth. And I still, every now and then I'll just be like doing the dishes or something, and this riff will come into my head. And I always forget where it's from, but it's so great. And just listening to it today, thinking about doing this, got me so invigorated into listening to this record again. So I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I'll play quite a bit of the song here. I mean, it's easy to do this with hardcore songs because they're so much shorter than the Doom ones I did last time. But have a go at this.
I am fed up.
So good. That's what you need. A good part of the song. There's double kicks in it. Duh. More heavy stuff. Just give me more heavy parts. That's how people will like your band. Certainly me. Anyway, the song finishes up in a second. But great band, great song. Another band that, again, went on to play lots of shows with and become really good friends with. If I remember correctly, I played a show with them at the Cambridge Hotel in Newcastle one time. And from memory, the show sold out. And someone tried to get in to the show and couldn't get in. So they got sort of booted out. No, you can't come in. And they ended up sneaking around the back of the venue and trying to get in through the beer garden. Again, I might be wrong about this. May have been drunk. Memory may have been diluted. But from memory, a guy tried to sneak in, climbed over the back fence, and the drop from the car park to the floor in the beer garden is about 15 feet, maybe, and just broke his leg. Just jumped over, broke his leg, got kicked out again. So sorry to that dude. Hopefully this little video is a good memory for you of that shocking time of you trying to get into a Dropsaw show. All right. Next song, very, very near and dear to me, because I play in a band currently with members of this band. But it's hard for me to express the importance that Hard Luck had to Canberra hardcore bands, and I think Australian hardcore in terms of coming to Canberra, certainly. Hard Luck were like the first band for me personally in Canberra where I saw that I got very invested into like the groovy parts of being a more, punk hardcore band. The groove was there and it was so fun seeing them, and all their shows are so much fun. And obviously now being in a band with those guys is, makes me very happy. But my best memory of this song is for quite a while, I joked with Murph, who wrote this song and was in this band, was a singer for this band, who plays in I Exist in Mental Cavity. We joked, I think, for a little while about I Exist covering this song and making it like a Doom song or something, or making it really heavy. And the response I got was just no, like we won't be doing that. And I remember being I really wanted to do it and I really wanted to convince him to do it, but I just think there was no point because this is a great song and obviously us covering it very likely would have just made it worse. So this song's Pathetic by Hard Luck. Now again, it's quite short, but you're going to hear like a good part of it that's, something I love. All these songs are just build-ups to pits, but that's cool. How good's that already? Come on! It says the band name and then get fucked. Okay, great. So, good little further love letter to members of my bands. Thanks, Murph and Alex, for helping me do music and also giving me that riff. Now, it's silly, I think, to even talk about Australian hardcore or do anything about Australian hardcore without playing or mentioning Mindsnare, because, I mean, effectively, they're most Australian hardcore enthusiasts' favorite band, and everyone's got a Mindsnare story. Everyone's got their favorite Mindsnare experience, and I mean, if you don't like the band, I guess it sucks to be you, because they're fucking awesome. They have so many good songs, so many good records, and have played so many awesome shows. This song in particular is called Turn You Inside Out. It's off Disturb the Hive, a later release, maybe one that some people don't like as much as others, but one that I think is like, it really holds up over time. And I feel like every year I listen to it, it just gets better than the year before. This is one of, I think, like 5 or 6 records that's just on my iTunes on my phone. And so I hear this all the time because it just randomly skips on when I'm driving my car. But Turn You Inside Out is one of my favorite Mindsnare songs. Love it when they play it live, and love hearing it. So we're just going to do this. Like all the other parts, we're just skipping to the pits, essentially. But enjoy it, really. That's all I'm saying to you. Double kick again. What am I telling you? So good. Amazing. One of the best bands of all time. I think one of the bands that, regardless of what band I'm in, has influenced my musical experience in one way or another, and always influences my guitar playing and how I think about riffs and think about parts. Such an interesting band. Love them to death. God, I'm burping. Drinking 2 beers this quick really gets the burps going. Also, I cannot wait to watch that little part that I just recorded of me cracking a beer during that pit. I really can't wait for that. Okay, another band that's near and dear to my heart, predominantly because, you know, bit self-serving, but for a while I was in this band. I, in fact, started the band with Yells, and it's the band Outright that Yells sings in. This riff, though, I'm allowed to fanboy out on because I did not write it, and I was not in the band when they wrote it or recorded it, and I do not play on this record, so I'm just allowed to be a fan of it. I have learnt this riff and played it when I filled in on guitar for them, and it is very fun to play. And my friend Alan, who I believe wrote it, I can be corrected if I'm wrong, but I believe he wrote it, who I talked about last week. This riff has been in my head since the second I heard it, and then learning it has not helped it stay in my head because I just remember how to do it now, and it's always there. It's a song called Iron String by Outright, and it's this weird riff that kind of sounds like Mastodon or something that's woven into a hardcore song, and I fucking love it. So, here you go, Iron String by Outright. Let's get to this wild riff that I have loved having the opportunity to play with this band because they're an amazing band. And let me preface that by saying they got better without me. So amazing band post Aaron Osborne, but fuck, this riff is good. Has a great chorus, has a cool pit outro part, but that riff, I just got to give it up to a band that got much better after I departed. So good one outright, amazing band, great riff there. Last one, last riff, and I wanted to talk about a band that I feel like doesn't get enough attention for how good they were and how fucking awesome this recording sounds. So when this got posted by the Oz HC Digital Archive, I was really, really stoked. I've only seen this band a couple times, but they're a band with people from other great hardcore bands and metal bands in Australia. But fuck, this record is so good. And this song, I think it's my favorite song on the record, but I'm just going to play the whole song because the song only goes for 30 seconds and it's sick the entire time. So this is a band called White Male Dominance and the song is called Male Pattern Bitterness, which, let me tell you guys, I am experiencing. So enjoy because fuck, this song's unreal. I'm just starting it. We're just listening to the whole song. Go fast, then go slow. Or else. That's the song. So amazing. Check out the record, Force Vengeance. You got to listen to it. It's fucking awesome. It's very quick, so it's not a hard listen. Just dive in. It's a great fucking record. That was 6 more Australian riffs that I've talked about. Again, I'll probably do a podcast at some point soon, but for the meantime, it's fun talking about this. If anyone wants me to talk about something, tell me what to talk about. Subscribe to this if you please. Give it a like if you want. I'll do another podcast soon. Check out the Oz HC Digital Archive. Check out all these bands. It's really cool what they're doing, and I love seeing the stuff come up that I've wanted to listen to for ages but haven't had the capacity to. So check that out. Check out all the bands. If and when we can start playing shows again, go to them. That would be lovely. Buy the records and merch to support them while they can't play shows. That'd be great too. Oh, God. Thanks. I'm Aaron Osborne. This is the Oblivious Maximus video chinwag stuff. Enjoy yourselves. Treat yourselves well. Listen to cool riffs. I'll be back soon, I assume. Fucking brutal.